back, and we're also joined in studio by our chief editor, Ron Friedman, who is here to tell us about the events that happened this week in history.
Yes, good morning. So from looking way into the future,
Yeah.
or not even that distant future, we go down the memory lane, and I rounded up a few of the highlights, interesting events, incidents that took place on this week of January 11th throughout history. And we begin with a mix of funny and serious. We're talking about 1945, the end days of Second World War, and Looney Tunes decided to put out a cartoon of Bugs Bunny, as we can see there. They took a real political dive there, and we can see Bugs Bunny with
Hitler Bugs Bunny?
It's Hitler Bugs Bunny making fun of Hermann Göring, another top Nazi, the founder of the Gestapo. We can see a short clip of that and take it from there.
Dat Schmierkäse, Adolf, dat Schiepenskaten, dat Schneekenpfeffer in der Grassenplatz. Oh, do I hate that Hitler Schwein, that phony Führer, that... Heil Hitler.
How times have changed, huh?
So yeah, I mean that was political. That's political now. It was political then. It was actually that whole cartoon was ordered off the air because it was too touchy, and people thought it made light of the Nazi threat, and I think it's brilliant satire. In any case, it was allowed back on air in 2001, and now children can watch it as part of the Cartoon Network.
Nice little Saturday morning viewing.
That's 1945. A year later, January 10th, 1946, we have the first meeting ever of the United Nations. This international body that was formed because of World War I, was first met in London, not New York or Geneva as we're used to today, and there were 51 member states. A week later, the UN Security Council met for the first time, and their first resolution calling for peaceful use of atomic energy. And that and other UN resolutions we know didn't really pan out, and since then the UN, it's a major body involved in every international crisis, trying to bring about peace, cooperation, with differing amounts of success.
Yes. Well put.
The next item, I'm just going to ask the control to play it for us and see if you can identify what it is. We'll just hear the sound. What does this music say to you? Daniel, you recognize this? Okay.
No, now it sounds familiar.
Okay. We're talking about popular culture. We're talking about Dynasty.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
You didn't watch that? You're too young?
Maybe I'm too young. Is that sad?
It premiered in 1981, January 12th.
As did I.
Okay, so...
I premiered in 86.
All right, so definitely too young. Let me tell you, as a child of the 70s, even here in Israel, this show was huge. There was one channel on TV, and everybody tuned in. I don't remember what day it was, but at 9 o'clock, children were allowed to stay up late to watch the back and forth between the Carringtons and the Colbys. Anyways, it was a primetime soap opera, incredible success around the world.
And Israelis were obsessed with it.
They were. Well, look, we didn't have much choice. There wasn't
much programming besides Dynasty. You were forced.
It enjoyed a great deal of success because the top-rated show also in the United States during the year until later seasons, 88, 89, it started to fall off the ratings charts. There was a brief attempt at a reunion and a sequel, but the dynasty is over.
Okay.
Another one, moving a decade into the future. We're talking about January 16th, 1991. You guys were both alive for this. We're talking about the Persian War, the Persian Gulf War. At midnight on January 16th, United Nations, the deadline or the ultimatum that was posed to Iraq to withdraw from Kuwait expired, and all hell broke loose. We started attacks by aircraft, first of all, from aircraft carriers and from Saudi Arabia and neighboring countries. And then a few weeks later, it turned into a land invasion. And Iraq has been in dire straits ever since, pretty much. Again, people who are alive there remember the constant footage was the first war that was broadcast in the CNN era.
It was actually the invention of 24-hour news came with this war.
Right, and it was at the perfect time, and people, I remember the scenes of like the night vision effect of how of the massive airstrikes on Baghdad and the surrounding areas. Just reminding people the war ended with Iraq defeated, but Saddam Hussein still in power. A decade later, George Bush Jr. finished off his father's job. But even today, I mean, Iraq is still in the midst of an insurgency and a war, and
things certainly have not gotten easier there.
Yes. And last one, if we have time.
We do have time.
It's January 15th, 2001, and we're talking about the launch of something that well, I couldn't have done this segment without it. Launch of Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
So we're talking about Jimmy Wales, Larry Sanger in 2001. It started off as a kind of aid to a different online encyclopedia that the two were trying to put together. We have a soundbite of Jimmy Wales, and he can explain about the concept.
Wikipedia, on the other hand, begins with a very radical idea. And that's for all of us to imagine a world in which every single person on the planet is given free access to the sum of all human knowledge, and that's what we're doing. So the servers are managed by a ragtag band of volunteers. All the editing is done by volunteers. And the way that we're organized is not like any traditional organization you can imagine. People are always asking, well, who's in charge of this or who does that? And the answer is anybody who wants to pitch in. But when we've seen quality tests, and there haven't been enough of these yet, and I'm really encouraging people to do more, comparing Wikipedia to traditional things, we win hands down.
Wow, I'd love to see where he is now. Ron, thank you so much for this look back in history. That's it for today's show. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place, for the show you just must start your day with. Have a great day.